Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, it's Soulfax here, and you're watching that episode of Minecraft. But today, I'm bringing you something different. Instead of doing a live commentary, I'm trying to do a post-recorded commentary to see how it goes, actually. So, first off, I got two topics to talk about. First is my trip to Bosnia that I got home a week ago, and the second is I got a few questions for you at the end of this video, so let's get started. First things first, this is a multiplayer server. It's owned by Musnarrator, and he's also the admin and all other stuff. He's a YouTuber. He does Battlefield 3 videos, Modern Warfare 3 videos, and all kinds of videos. You might know him from YouTube, you might not know him, but you will know him after I am done with this video, because I will put an annotation at the top of the screen in big yellow letters. So okay, and that up there was my house, and here I'm gonna try, and I want to make an underground base, so I need to clear up some space. I need to explore this, light it up so no mobs spawn while I'm away, and yeah, that's what I'll be doing for the duration of this video. This is again a post-recorded video, so don't be confused that I'm not responding to the things on the screen, that I'm just talking my thing. Okay, now let's really get started with the video. So, some of you might know that I went to Bosnia a week ago. Actually, I came back a week ago. I was there a week with my brother and my father. We went to visit the rest of our family from my father's side. My mother's side of family, they're mostly dead. So, we went to Bosnia, and first I need to explain to you where we went exactly. I live in Zagreb, which is the capital city of Croatia, it's a big city. It has 1 million people in it. And we went to a village where the nearest city is half an hour with a car. I think it's south from there. The city is called Prijedor, and it got like 10,000 people in it. It's a very small city when compared to Zagreb and other cities that have been, like Prague and Budapest. It's a very small city, and we're in the middle of nowhere. Our first neighbor is on 100 meters airline, you get it, air distance, whatever. And our house, specifically our house, my father's house, is in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the field, surrounded by corns. It's a beautiful place, but still I'm used to the crowded city, to the stench of the cars and all that beautiful and at the same time disgusting thing that living in the city brings you. And well, when I was little, it was very boring in Bosnia. It was extremely boring. The day I came there, the day we came there, me and my brothers and sisters, we were bored. And by bored, I mean laying in the bed, looking at the ceiling and crying to ourselves about how bored we are. And the last few years, I don't know why it is, probably because I got a little bit older and a little bit like I started appreciating the little things. It's not so boring. To be exact, this year I don't think I had a boring hour all in all, when you count all the boring seconds and minutes that I had, which were a very small number of it. And I don't think that I had a boring moment ever, like a really boring moment. There were moments where I was like, what am I gonna do now? And then poof, something to do happened, or a beer appeared in my hand. Well, it didn't appear in my hand, somebody gave it to me, like my brother, I don't know, whatever. Or, I don't know, we need to mow the lawn, we need to do the hedges, we need to chop down some wood, or something like that. It was great, it was really great. And when I left to Zagreb, I was happy and sad, really. Sad about leaving, because I got so accustomed to the beautiful scenery around us, the fields, the fresh air. Really, the air is beautiful and fresh, you can breathe with your lungs. It's so beautiful. But I was happy because I'm getting back to Zagreb. I can play games again. More specifically, I was excited about playing Dark Souls, because when I was in Bosnia to 29th. I think so, 29th the last month. When I was in Bosnia, in the meantime, Dark Souls and Guild Wars 2 came out. I was not so much excited about Guild Wars 2 because I can't afford it at the moment, and that is very sad, and I'm very sad about it. But I guess you just have to wait. The game is not going anywhere at the rate that it's expanding the subscriber, quote-unquote subscribers base, because it does not have a subscriber system. You don't have to pay it to play it. You just need to buy the starting game, and you can play it for free, plus microtransactions, which are of course not crucial to the game. They're purely cosmetic, just like in Team Fortress. Can I compare it to Team Fortress? I really don't know. But back to the subject. I came to Zagreb, and the first thing that I did was download I downloaded Dark Souls, and I downloaded it so that I can buy it. I am really thinking about buying it. I've been playing it for 2 days now, and it's one of those rare games that I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun of it. But the problem was I bought a controller, more of a gamepad in Bosnia. It's a clone of a PlayStation 2 gamepad. It's how can I describe it? It's Koning. The brand is Koning, and it's a very weird one. It's like it's totally different from a PlayStation 2 pad, but it still got the square, circle, and all of those other beautiful buttons that a PlayStation 2 pad has. And it has a PlayStation 2 jack as well as a USB jack, so you can plug it in your computer and your PlayStation 2. The only problem that I had with the controller is that when I plugged it in my computer, it wouldn't work normally, and I think I covered that a little bit in my last video, the Blacklight Retribution commentary. The right stick wouldn't work. I mean, it did work, but instead of changing the camera around, panning and zooming the camera around, it would actually use the X, square, circle, and triangle buttons, which was very tricky. And me, as a intelligent person I spent 5 or 6 hours tinkering with the drivers, trying to find the exact drivers, googling over and over. At one point I ended up at 7th page of Google search, and I was like, what the fuck did I do here? If you kill somebody and dumped it there, nobody would ever find it. That's the best place to hide it. I think like me and 2 other people in the universe saw the 7th page of a Google search. That was very traumatic experience. And then I was so frustrated. I grabbed the controller, I banged on it, and by doing that I apparently pressed one of the extra buttons that you get on it, the mode button, and a little LED light started flashing. And when it stopped flashing, I tried to use the right stick and it worked like a charm. So the moral of the story is, kids, try every fucking button of a controller if something is not working. Yeah, we really do. So and now I passed, like, I killed the first boss in Dark Souls with the messed up controls. I couldn't rotate the camera around at all. Only thing I can do is lock on and fixate the camera in front of me. Not fixate it, just pan it around so it's in the starting position, and that wasn't helpful at all. And because of that, it took me like 4 days to kill that big son of a bitch. Pardon my French. But I'm really loving the game. I suggest to all of you to try it. But if you have a PlayStation 3 or an Xbox, do not buy it for PC. I mean, if you have an Xbox or a PlayStation and a PC, don't buy the PC Prepare to Die version. Oh, that would be a greatest mistake in the world, because there is a fix for the resolution. The resolution is locked at 124 times 720, and it's a very tricky thing to be to be sure. And the second thing is that the controls are very freaky. Playing with the mouse and keyboard is practically impossible because there's a lot of buttons to press. The camera is too glitchy, too fast, and too jerky around, so you cannot aim at your opponent so easily. And so I suggest playing with a controller. Now that we got that out of the way, we continue talking about my experience in Bosnia. So we came back in Zagreb, I played it, I finally fixed my controller, and now I have a whole list of games that I need to download and play again with a controller. The first game on that list is Star Wars The Force Unleashed. The first game, not the second. The second game was dreadful in every way. I mean, it was not dreadful, the first game was so much better than it, and that it can't even stand in its shadow. It would just like look pitiful in its shadow. And I played the second game, and I even enjoyed some parts, but that was nothing in comparison to how many playthroughs I did of the first game. So that I'm gonna download. I downloaded already FIFA 2012 or FIFA 12, however you want to put it. And I think that's about it. That's about it for the games that I want to play. I know there are some other games that I can't remember at the moment, like I think Dead Space. Yeah, Dead Space. I had never played Dead Space. Bioshock, and of course when the new Assassin's Creed comes out, I might even buy that. I really don't know. I don't know if it's a good buy. I will probably crack it, I mean pirate it first before buying it to see if it is a good buy, and then I'll maybe, just maybe buy it. So now for the last part of this video, I got a few questions for you guys. Let me just find them and I'll ask you those questions. So, the first question I have is, what do you think about these videos? Do you like this kind of videos where I record the gameplay previously of me doing something like building or clearing out a space or mining, and then I think about what I want to talk about in a video and then write half a script and then talk about it? Or do you more like the live videos where I just run around, do stupid things and explore and don't give you any information about me or my current situation in life or in game? And yeah, so what do you prefer? I want you to answer that in the comments. If you don't feel like it, well, don't do it, but I would appreciate it very much if you answer in the comment. You don't know how much a YouTuber, I mean, you don't know how much a quote-unquote artist loves when somebody criticizes his work, positively or negatively. Every critic is a good one. I don't know who said this, but somebody said, I don't care what you say about me, just get my name right. Yeah, so okay, the next question is, I touched on the subject of how impossibly hard Dark Soul is, and the question goes, would you like to see me do a instructional video on how to play Dark Souls without dying repeatedly every 5 seconds of the same monster that you encounter every 5 minutes of the gameplay? If you want to see that video, please leave a comment or a like on the video. If I get like a few comments and a few likes, I mean, okay, a few likes and at least like one comment. Okay, there doesn't have to be a comment, just give me a few likes. I really want to do this video because I have seen that people have trouble with that game. Not to say that I don't have trouble with that game. That game is impossibly hard, even for a quote-unquote seasoned gamer like I am. So I want to help people. Yeah, I want to help you. Okay, this has been Soulfax talking about this and that. I hope you enjoyed it. And guys, until next time, keep it steady and carry on.